Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about, once again, Invest 98L, the timing, impacts, everything like that. Really a lot has not changed since yesterday. Some stuff has changed, but not too much. So before we do get into this video, consider subscribing and leaving a like down below if you do want to help my channel out, and let's go ahead and get into it. So, as you can see right here, sorry, I'm a little sick. It's like 60 degrees and raining here today. I'm really excited, but I'm already getting sick. But I'm enjoying the cool down. Okay, but you can see we do have a lot of these thunderstorms, and you can kind of see how it's starting to get a little bit more organized. The center of the low pressure is starting to go over Florida, so it's probably not going to turn into anything tropical today. I'm not saying it won't, but probably definitely by tomorrow on our Sunday. Maybe late tonight, but I'm not expecting it. I don't think the National Hurricane Center is either. But they are sending out hurricane hunters this afternoon, which could, if it's tropical, we might have it tropical by sometime this afternoon. But we'll have to see. They said if the low remains inland, it'll not be today and it will be tomorrow. But if it's still out in the ocean, they will go to this afternoon and kind of see what's going on in that system. Okay. So pretty much what's going on is we have a broad area of low pressure located inland over South Florida. It is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms that extends eastward over the northwestern Bahamas and the adjacent Atlantic waters. So pretty much the low is over Florida, but the worst of the rain is over the Bahamas and just the Atlantic. So, however, environmental conditions appear conducive for gradual development. So we will see development. It'll just be gradual, so it won't be all at once. It'll be over a course of time. So it's not like it's going to turn into a 50-mile-per-hour storm, then a 70-mile-per-hour storm the next update. It would be like 40, 45, and then you know what I mean by that. So it's looking like less likely to have a hurricane, but it's still not out of the picture. Regardless of development, locally heavy rains are possible over the northwestern Bahamas and the southern and central Florida peninsula through the weekend. So today we are expecting a bunch of rain across parts of central and southern Florida, and maybe tomorrow we will see some too. Then it says how the hurricane hunters might be going out this afternoon, or maybe tomorrow if it's still inland today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to the spaghetti models, then we'll go to windy.com. So this is the intensity graphs, and you can see how right now we are just expecting a tropical depression at the most, and you can see how the bulk of the models take it somewhere around a tropical storm. So it's not looking crazy right now to have a Category 1. We're not expecting to have a hurricane. So yesterday we were thinking we might have a hurricane. Today it's looking very unlikely. There's like one model that's getting close to it, but we have to be all the way up here for us to get a hurricane. And our model that goes the highest is up here, and that's only one model. So we are expecting it just to remain a tropical storm. We're going to have to see how intense it does get. I don't think it'll turn into a hurricane, and Kate, unless it just stays out in the ocean a little bit. And it could intensify and turn into a hurricane, but it wouldn't be affecting land anyway, so we really wouldn't have to worry about it then, even if it is a hurricane. But right now, we're just expecting a tropical storm with a lot of the models. Okay, if we were to look where it's supposed to go with the spaghetti models, now, a lot of times, we have a lot of these spaghetti models, and they go to a lot of areas. So, usually, we have a few that do go off course a little bit. We have 3 that do go off course. They just go extremely north, and all the others go somewhere around this way. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that we are expecting it to go that way. So you can see how our impacts are really over the Bahamas and Florida today, and Georgia. We're not expecting much for you. But parts of the southeast coast, we might see a few of the outer bands of light showers coming your way, and maybe some rough surf is expected, but we're not expecting significant impacts right now for any of the southeast coasts. Even Florida, we're not expecting terrible impacts, just a lot of rains today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to windy.com. And we're going to go ahead and go to the rain and thunder. So right now you can see, as I was talking about, the worst of the rains are offshore. So even though the center is somewhere over here, the worst of the rains are way offshore. Well, not way offshore, but they're offshore. And you can see some of the rain is coming in for those outer bands. We are getting a lot of moisture coming from it still. But you can see with a system that's not even as intense, it's dropping more rain across parts of Louisiana than this system right now. So this one across the Gulf I was talking about the other day is causing more problems than this one across the Atlantic right now. Okay, so if we were to go ahead and move into 10 p.m. tonight, you can see that center is starting to move off. You can see the center, I think it's somewhere around there. So you can see the center's finally moving off. So we'll probably have the center over Florida all day today. We will have to see. That's what the Hurricane Center was saying. We'll have to see what happens, where that center will be today. But you can see that big rains are moving out of the Bahamas by tonight. We will still have some rains and showers behind it. Florida, you'll still be getting some rains from it. If we were to move into your 9 a.m. On your Sunday, you can see it does start to move away. We have a frontal boundary or cold front that is going to be pushing. It's going to be leaving the southeast coast, and then it'll be pushing this system with it. That does happen a lot. It's not unusual, so it'll just be taking this with it. So you can see by your Sunday afternoon, this is a pretty intense storm, most likely a tropical storm by now, and you can see how intense these rains are and how put together it does look. Okay, if we were to look at your 3 a.m. on Monday, you can see some of the outer bands are kind of reaching the North Carolina outer banks or coast. So that's what I was talking about. Some of the wraparound showers could reach just for a brief amount of time on your Sunday night and Monday, very early, around 3 a.m. on your Monday. But if we were to move into your 4 p.m. hour on 5 p.m. hour on your Monday, you can see it's pretty offshore. It's not extremely far offshore, but you can see how the closest we're getting are very light showers coming off of this system that could not even be associated. Some of them are, some of them aren't, so that's what we're expecting there. Now let's move to your 7 a.m. hour or 8 a.m. hour on your Tuesday. This is when probably our roughest surf could be across North Carolina, and possibly we'll have a lot of we could have some moisture coming around into parts of North Carolina, just the coastal parts. If you're anywhere else in North Carolina, you really don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so if we were to move into your Tuesday night or 12 a.m. on Wednesday, so really just very, very early morning Wednesday, but pretty much Tuesday night, that's what we call it, even though it's actually Wednesday. But this is on your Tuesday night. You can see how intense it is. It looks very put together, so it could still be a tropical storm at this time. It could become a hurricane because it will be out in the ocean. We don't have much eating at it until we get into the northern Atlantic. That will definitely mess with it. But by your 9 p.m. on Wednesday, it's way offshore. By your Thursday at 12 p.m., you can see it looks really intense. Like, wow. If we were to look at the winds, or let's just go ahead and go to the wind gusts. You can see some of the wind gusts are at 100 miles an hour. So this is most likely going to be a hurricane at this time. So I would not be surprised. It's going to be a very strong tropical storm or a hurricane by your Thursday, but it won't be affecting anyone at that time. Now, if we were to move into your Friday morning around your 7 a.m. hour, you can see Nova Scotia, you are getting some showers associated with this storm, so you are getting some rain from it. And if we were to go to your 6 p.m. hour on Friday, I don't know where this is. St. John, St. Pierre, I really don't know the name of this place. Somewhere in Canada, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. But you can see you do get affected by this by your Friday and your Saturday especially. So we do have to think about the people here. You can see how much rain will be there. We could see a lot of flooding there. It'll be really strong by the time it's here. If we were to go to your wind gusts, you can see how just offshore there's some 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and onshore there's still like 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts expected, but the big bulk of the rain is really there. And you can see by your let's go to your 7 a.m. on your Saturday, and we can look. This is next Saturday, so there's a lot of changes that will happen because we're on Saturday right now. So this is a whole next Saturday, but we do have to consider this. I probably will come back to this later on in the week, but you can see how we do have really strong wind gusts for a lot of people there. And if we were to move into your Sunday morning, you can see it is gone. It's really dissipating. It's getting into those colder waters. And pretty much by your late Sunday, or maybe even earlier than that, it's completely gone. Just some rain still associated with it, but it's really pretty much gone. Maybe even bringing some snow to Greenland. So that's all we're seeing when it comes to this system. We're not expecting too much after it gets away from. The most we're expecting would be across Florida. Some of the southeast coast could be a little bit affected, but we're not expecting much to happen with it. As you will see, it does move away. Okay, so later on today, I am doing a double upload. I never have done that, but we're going to see how it does go. So we're going to cover 99L. As you can see, it's right here. No, sorry, it's not 99L anymore. Tropical Depression 5 just did change. I'll be covering that later on today, around your 2 p.m., 3 p.m. hour. So stay tuned for that. But right now, I did hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider subscribing and leaving a like down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.